What is going on, guys? Weapon Wednesday being brought to you by Lieutenant Nutcase here. So we're taking a look at the P90 this week, and it's the first SMG I've really used, and I'm really impressed, even though loads of people are saying it's nowhere near the best SMG. But as far as room clearance goes, this aggressive little thing can be shot from the hip and wipe out a lot of guys with that 50 ammo capacity. Now, the only downside is that you cannot upgrade the magazine, you're kind of stuck with it where it is. But with that, that's the sort of ammo you'd be expecting from upgrading the magazine anyway, so yeah, it is what it is, I'm not fussed. But boy, this gun is so fun, and the running gun style I can use with this makes me feel like I'm playing like old school Call of Duty. It's brilliant. Now, to see how to get this thing to be really aggressive and to bite like mine, we're going to take a look at the class in a moment, after the attachments and how to tune them. So stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, so the attachment list is as follows. We've got the 16-inch Cloak 90 barrel, which basically just increases bullet velocity whilst keeping you off the radar. I'll put a little caveat here. The way Ghost is currently working, you can still be detected by UAVs for like 3 scans after you shoot with the suppressed weapon currently, even with Ghost. So, I'm hoping that gets changed and that's not how they're planning on the game to keep working. I'm not sure though. Would be a way to counter campers, but at the same time it makes Ghost almost irrelevant. Now, to make this thing brilliant from hip, and let's face it, that's what P90s have always been known for, especially with that large ammo capacity. We've got the Hipshot L20. Again, this is more designed for hipfire, so we've not got an optic, which isn't an issue because the iron sights on this gun are pretty nice. We've got a CQB stock, we've got the TV Tacome, and we've got the Stip 40 grip for this weapon. Basically, all that's doing is making this gun far more aggressive, and you can see why. And yeah, like with the slight trade-off to mobility, range, accuracy, and recoil control have all been buffed, and handling has been slightly improved. So yeah, I had another class I was going to go with for this, but I think the utility of having that barrel outweighs the other class, but I'll probably revisit that other build and show you that later on in the series. So yeah, now it's time to take a look at the tuning, so this is where things get interesting. So what we've done, given that the aim walking speed is not a huge issue with this, considering you can use it in close quarters fights from the hip quite easily, we've gone and added 0.24 pounds to this gun, which just helps with recoil steadiness, and anyone using the PDSW or P90 definitely know that that recoil under like intense fire can get pretty nasty. We've also gone and taken 0.1 of an inch off the barrel length, which just helps the aim down sight speed. And yeah, like between the damage range and the aim down sight speed being this fast, you never feel outclassed until you're getting into like mid-range territory. So it's a really versatile gun despite it being built primarily for room clearance. And that's why instead of building it for more aggression like I originally thought I was going to do, I've gone and built it for more utility across the whole battlefield, and this barrel definitely makes that worthwhile. Alright, so I've also added to the stock to tune it 0.65 ounces. Took that off just to change the aim down sight speed. Obviously we did a lot with the aim down sight speed earlier, so I've not added too much in the way of that. We've also gone and added 0.54 inches with aiming idle stability. And as I always say, guys, like, tune these as you want. This is just how I run it to make it like the perfect fit for me. But what that means is like a lot of the trade-offs obviously get counteracted, and that aiming idle stability just helps to deal with longer range fights and things. But you might choose that you want to be able to have it shouldered and move quicker, so you might go and add aim walking speed. Guys, that's your prerogative. Do as you wish with these. This is just how I've tuned them. Alright, next up is the TV Tacome. So we've gone and added 0.15 ounces to the weight to increase the recoil stabilization. And we've taken away 0.01 inch to increase aim down sight. Again, this is about improving the handling and making the gun just that bit more aggressive. And honestly, like, when you do that, this gun is insane because, you know, point blank and things, yes, it's really easy to pull out and shoot from the hip, But as soon as you need that a little bit of extra, burst firing this across longer ranges is beautiful. But obviously you're still going to have to rely on getting the first shot if you're up against AR, so I'm building aim down sight speed in lieu of aiming idle stability. But again guys, you can find what works for your playstyle, because your playstyle might be slightly different to mine, and that's going to mean you want to tune it slightly differently. So yeah. Alright, last but not least, and this might seem a little bizarre, the recoil steadiness, we've added 0.16 ounces to increase the recoil steadiness, and we've taken off 0.2 of an inch to increase sprint to fire speed. Sounds nuts, like tweaking parts that have already been tweaked one way or another, but it just seems to work somehow to counteract some of the tuning. Like, yeah. So yeah, give this a try, because that's it for the tuning, but it's honestly like a brilliant little gun, and not one that I thought I'd be running, because I've never really loved like P90 platforms or the PDSW in this. So yeah, it's kind of opened my eyes, but now I do really want to get into some other SMGs, because I've been grinding out ARs for plat challenges and things for ages now, so I'm looking forward to just having fun running like SMGs instead, and so far I'm glad that I picked this one to start with. So we're going to take a look at the class I've built around this PDSW class, and as our secondary we've got the knife. Obviously I've got the letter opener skin on here, partly because I've been running the challenges, but secondly I think it suits the aesthetics of a like run and gun stealth class, and I think that's really cool. Plus the bagging rights for like slicing someone open is great. And honestly, with the range you plan on using this for, with a bit of planning and a little bit of timing, you could get some insane kills. Now, because I've changed this class around for stealth, and I'll talk to you about the perks in a minute, I've added the stim as my tactical. I've lost quick fix from like most of my perks on this, so I've gone and put stim on just to deal with those situations where you want to get back in the fight. I will say using this class to stim is kind of underwhelming though, and it's nothing compared to like Modern Warfare 19's stim. So if you don't want to use this as like a stealth class and you're willing to take Ghost off, especially because it's buggy, feel free to put that as something else, and then stick on Overkill as your like ultimate perk. Now for bragging rights as the lethal, we've got Throwing Knife. Again, because it suits the aesthetics of a stealth class, and how awesome is it to just hit those throwing knife kills. So yeah guys, this came on by default, but honestly as I've been using it, it actually is really fun. I've got perk package 5 here, which is only like a temporary working class. I might like scrap this now I'm not using a stealth class, or maybe make it my main class. But we've got Scavenger and Double Time. Obviously using a run and gun class, Double Time is a staple. You burn through so much ammo with this class, and you can pick up throwing knives when you've got Scavenger, so that's a no-brainer. Fast Hands to make it easier to reload that PDSW, and to also throw your throwing knives even quicker. And we've got the Busted Ghost perk on as our ultimate perk, just to keep you off the radar whilst you're going about your business. Another way to keep under the radar is to use Dead Silence, which is our field upgrade. And I've paired that with the like portable radar, because portable radar for this class is actually pretty decent. Because it's a close range thing, you can use it to cover your 6, or depending on the size of the building, you could even cover the whole building. So yeah, definitely a great field upgrade. So yeah, guys, I'm in love with this class. I'm hoping you guys really like it too. Give it a try and tell me what you think. And did you find any better combinations for tuning? Because obviously it's so personal, the tuning that people put on weapons, that I'd love to see what you guys come up with and see how it differs from mine, and definitely I'd try and give it a run out. And if it's better, I'll correct this video and I'll give you a free shout out. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, have fun, and remember, when the fun stops, stop.